I've never met so many cowards in our black men in showbiz. And then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with
I've never met so many cowards and our black men in shows, and then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that in a society when loyalty is hard to come by and betrayals are the go-to currency in the gossip industry. A startling finding. Recently went viral on the internet. Monique, a strong supporter of justice in Hollywood, accuses Taraji Henson of the most treachery on Twitter for resolving their gripe with Oprah Winfrey, the one person that they both disagreed with. Why? What does that make those kind of people, Shannon? That's what does it make those kind of Lee that is cowardly. See, the narrative is more complex than it initially appears, though watch closely as we explore the intricacies of deceit, devotion, and the hefty price of being a well-known Hollywood star as a clash of Hollywood titans approaches. Let's examine the long-running feud between Oprah Winfrey and Monique, which has been smoldering for more than a decade. It all started with Monique's groundbreaking role in the critically acclaimed film Prius, for which she was nominated for a 2010 Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Monique gave an outstanding performance, but when she spoke out against the unfair treatment and low salary she claimed to have gotten in the business, she got into hot water. This ain't the right money. This ain't the right amount. Wait a minute. If they got this, why am I getting this? Then you start putting the pieces together. Monique recent lie appeared on the podcast Shay, where she openly discussed the circumstances leading up to her encounter with Winfrey. It hurt more than only losing roles to Winfrey, such as in an untitled Richard Pryor biopic and a butler role, to think of being continually ignored and sidelined by the business. Because it was like it didn't make sense to me, babe. I'm like, what did she do? She said something you didn't like, so she didn't work for 13 years after that. Right? Monique claims that Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey were mostly responsible for keeping this marginalization going. Perry reportedly told Monique that he had fabricated a narrative to make her look uncooperative in an effort to damage her reputation even further and limit her opportunities in Hollywood. Perhaps the most shocking all was the news that Winfrey had reportedly abused Monique's trust by arranging on live for her and her estranged brother Gerald Iams. To reconcile, Gerald Iams has acknowledged abusing her throughout her formative years. It was reported that Monique was caught off guard when Win asked her parents to discuss the extremely intimate experience on national television, despite the fact that Monique had made it very clear that she wanted Winfrey to keep her family's business a secret. Monique has repeatedly tried to talk to Winfrey face-to-face about her problems following these betrayals, but she has always been met with silence or rejection. Her belief that one must be held accountable before forgiveness can be extended highlights the gravity of Winfrey's actions. Monique's struggle in Hollywood for fair treatment and pay serves as a potent reminder of the challenges minority voices face in a system fueled by deep-rooted prejudice and power dynamics. Monique is determined to continue her fight against what she sees as injustice in the film industry. It seemed like she had backing a month earlier from fellow actress Taraji Henson, who bravely revealed the unequal pay and mistreatment she experienced while working on the operatic picture, The Color Purple, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sister say the same thing over and over. Following her handed remarks, Henson received recognition from peers and admirers for her boldness in drawing light to a pervasive issue inside the entertainment industry. Taraji broken on those networks. It was quite painful to watch Itajam broken on those platforms. It was painful to watch. But when the story gets more complicated, Monique accuses Henson of betraying her by seeming to patch things up with Oprah Winfrey, the same persona they had banded together to oppose. In a recent interview with Shannon Sharpe, Monique wasn't holding back when she voiced her disdain of Henson's conduct and her worries about her commitment to the cause. However, What particular incident involving Winfrey and Henson caused Monique and her new buddy to grow apart? All of this is related to Henson's moving confession made in a tearful Sarome interview with Gay King, where she weptly talked about her experiences as a black actress in Hollywood who gets treated unfairly and gets paid too little. And if can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the am I doing? I'm sorry. Yeah, don't apologize. Henson's candid admission touched a lot of people in the business and raised awareness of the systemic inequalities that still hurt black talent. However, it was her decision to later issue an apology to Winfrey that sparked controversy in the movie. Industry and exclusive reveal claims that Henson and Winfrey's ceasefire was spurred by a single, deeply affecting discussion in response to mounting criticism that connected Winfrey to the unequal pay controversy surrounding the Color Purple remake. Henson's resorted to social media to set the record. Straight Henson posted a picture of herself with Winfrey at a promotional event in New York City, hoping to draw attention to the necessity of enabling women of color to occupy positions of decision-making. In all industries, she thanked Winfrey for her unwavering guidance and support, stressing how crucial it was that Winfrey Henson's fears with only one conversation. Humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension, you saw that there was something happening. And then, when you see Taraji write her, the reconciliation between Henson and Winfrey did not, however, win over everyone. Specifically, Monique thought that her co-star had lied to her. Monique, who was well known for her steadfast resistance to unfair treatment in the film industry, voiced her disapproval of Henson's actions and questioned her dedication to the cause they had both championed. Henson's reconnection with Winfrey was sharply criticized by Monique, who called it a clear betrayal and a setback for the cause of fair representation for black women. Monique's reaction to the reunion of Oprah Winfrey and Taraji Henson's can only be described as deeply saddened. This school of thought is widely held in Hollywood, sparking debates and arguments amongst industry insiders and enthusiasts alike. Monique, who has a reputation for standing up to injustice, is completely won over by Henson's decision to mend fences with Winfrey, whom Hay had both belittled and intimidated. Monique thinks that Henson's actions risk their valiant fight for justice and equality in the entertainment industry, because they amount to a surrender to the same forces they have been fighting against, and a capitulation to the status quo. It's hard for Monique to understand, especially considering how close they were, and how united they felt when speaking out against the abuses they encountered. Monique thinks there are more issues than just her grievances. She addresses the fundamental issues that Hollywood faces, such as the necessity of checks and balances, deeply rooted prejudices, and the pervasive culture of silence that condones injustice. By making amends with Winfrey, Henson unintentionally feeds the myth that it is useless to stand up to strong people and that it would be too expensive to question the status quo. But Monique is a tenacious individual. Despite her discontent, she remains steadfast in her determination to reveal the continuous horror within the industry and challenge the establishment. She knows that the road ahead will not be easy, but she is committed to doing her job regardless of Henson's decision. Amidst the ruckus sweeping Hollywood, all eyes are on Oprah Winfrey, the queen of daytime television, to see what she makes of the growing storm between her and Taraji Henson. In an effort to dispel rumors that she and her fellow actress were at odds, Winfrey wore a banner advocating harmony and affection for one another while walking the Golden Globes red carpet. In response to the reports, Winfrey angrily disputed that she and Henson were at odds. I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji will tell you herself, as producer Winfrey persisted in highlighting her unwavering support for Henson and the Color Purple production, despite speculation and questions about her involvement in mediating disputes on location. Winfrey continued to take the lead in resolving any issues That arose during production. The budget belongs to Warner Bros., not to me. Winfrey provided insight into the complex inner workings of the motion picture industry, making it abundantly evident that this is how the studio system functions. Winfrey made it clear that she and Taraji had nothing to do with one another, attempting to dispel rumors that she and Henson were at strife. Her comments provoked discussion on social media and questioned the accuracy of the rumor circulating in Hollywood, all for everybody being the greatest and rising to that, meet the rising of their own life. Whispers behind closed doors offers an alternate story that illustrates compulsion and deceit, even as Winfrey attempts to rectify the record, notwithstanding Winfrey's adamant denials of any falling out with Henson. Sources claim that her power goes beyond what is first apparent. Public declarations frequently conceal a labyrinth of deceit and manipulation. In a culture where alliances are made behind closed doors and stories are shaped by power dynamics, there are doubts about Oprah Winfrey's sincerity as an encouraging friend, and whether there is more to this story than meets the eye as the latest drama in Hollywood comes to an end, plus twists and turns as the Hollywood storm rages unprompted.